And so where I think that most are going to run into trouble with selling the program is because of our own belief. It's our buy-in into the program because it comes with that mortgage insurance premium. It comes with that upfront mortgage insurance premium. And so whenever you find yourself in a situation, and this is going to be primarily for like refinances, when you have to actually leverage FHA because maybe their FICO score is, let's say, sub 680 and they're above 75% loan to value. And even if they don't have mortgage insurance, FHA is still a good program to push because what it does is it enables the recipient, or at least the homeowner, to still get a decent interest rate, or at least how they perceive it, because again, they don't understand the combined rate for the note rate plus the mortgage insurance on the monthly, right? And so they believe they're getting like a 3.5 or 3.75, but it's their perception of having mortgage insurance. And so I do this all the time. You know, I run into clients who have more than 20% equity in their home. You know, they don't currently have a mortgage insurance program, but I'm pushing the FHA because it allowed me to give them more loan than they would actually qualify for. And so I can go up to 85%, even though they have mortgage insurance, and still keep out a low interest rate. But I still come across the same objections, right? Like, oh, but that has mortgage insurance. Oh, that has an upfront mortgage insurance premium. And I think it all has to do with the way you actually frame up your pitch. You have to frame it properly so that you're actually pitching it in reverse, meaning you're not pitching the product first, right? Like the product details, like, hey, we got this FHA program, even though it has mortgage insurance, it has this interest rate, not pitching it in that order, but instead starting with the result. Because when you pre-frame your pitch in a way where they're experiencing the result, it makes much more sense. So for example, let's say if you had a conventional loan and you didn't have mortgage insurance, but you had a 650 FICO, and let's say even if you had a 4%, conventional loan, I would come in and actually talk about what features you'll actually receive or experience by doing the FHA loan first, rather than sell you on just the FHA program. So I would say, hey, Mr. Jones, you know what? I was actually putting together your disclosures and I found something. I wanted to bring it up to you before I send out your disclosures. It has to do with the credit bureaus. Credit bureaus give you a credit score, right? And I'm sure you're familiar with the FICO score, but each and every credit bureau explains why they give you this FICO score. And I was reading through the comments and the reasons why they're giving you the FICO score that you have, Mr. Jones. And what I noticed them say is that they're all saying that the balance of revolving debt to credit limit is too high. And so in other words, you're using too much of your credit debt. And so it's because of those comments, it's actually weighing down your FICO. Now, I've done this before plenty of times where I've shown ways where you can actually remove these comments. And the upside by removing these comments is your FICO score increases and inevitably positions you to qualify for the absolute best on anything, whether it's mortgage, credit cards, equity lines, auto loans, whatever it is. And I think that's a very powerful tool that any consumer who will rely on financing for the long term to have is a strong FICO score. But also what I found was I can create more cash flow and also position you to possibly even pay this house off sooner if that's one of your goals. Here, let me show you. You see how I did that? I pre-framed them with the result so that they are more enticed to listen and learn more about it. You see, they don't know that I'm coming in with an FHA, but if I position myself properly where they want the result, they won't care if it's an FHA loan.